Alright, it's the game that everyone's bloody talking about. Silent Hill 2 Remake. So here's my take on it. Is it doomed to be a absolute unsuccessful mess? Or will it be a 10 out of 10 game of the year? Who knows? Um, I think people are freaking out quite a bit about it, and I'd really hate to be Bloober team right now because you can guarantee that no matter what the outcome, uh, one group is going to absolutely crap all over it, and that's not really a fair position for them. There's going to be like the true red blooded fans that have always loved Silent Hill that have their own expectations, and then there is obviously the new up and coming fans that have played something like Silent Hill, The Short Message, and you know are intrigued to see what the rest of the Silent Hill games sort of have to offer. So hopefully they just stick to the tried and true of what a Silent Hill game is, and which brings me to what a lot of the critique was about when they dropped the combat trailer for Silent Hill 2 Remake. There was a lot of people just freaking out and saying, "Oh, it's all just going to be combat based." And well, I got some sad news for you. Silent Hill is combat based. I mean, if you're not fighting in the game, then you are pretty much screwed. So, I mean, it's not like a third-person shooter. Hell no. I know that's probably what you're meaning, but yeah, like combat is a big part of the bloody game, and it's the over-the-shoulder camera. You probably think it's trying to rip off the Resident Evil 4 remake and things like that, or the Resident Evil 2 remake. Well, I got some news for you. Silent Hill Homecoming was over the shoulder camera. Silent Hill Downpour was the over the shoulder camera. Actually, Silent Hill Downpour kind of did both. It's sort of it was quite well done. That some segments where it was more like the old school fixed camera. Maybe they could actually implement that in the Silent Hill 2 remake. Here's just a couple of things a few things that I would like to see implemented in the Silent Hill 2 remake, if possible. So yeah, one of them would be like a camera sort of changer, so you can have it fixed camera like you could in the old sort of Silent Hill games for people that like that kind of cinematic kind of feel. Or then there's the over the shoulder camera, which, a lot of people probably prefer. I'm sort of easy either way. But yeah, I think that'd be kind of nice to have the choice. Or maybe even a mix of both, like they did in Silent Hill Downpour. So the camera is one of the things that is very important and builds up a lot of atmosphere in these Silent Hill games. The next thing I like to focus on is the combat. So I'm hoping it'll be a little bit like Silent Hill Homecoming, where there is stealth involved. With the nurses in Silent Hill Homecoming, if you have your light off, they cannot see you, but they can still hear you. So that's the creepy thing. You've got to tiptoe around, and if you bump into any furniture, they'll stir and like contort, and yeah, it's creepy as heck. But yeah, I think that's a really nice touch. It really kind of puts the shits up you when you have to like walk through an area where there's nurses, and yeah, you can attack them. You can try and be the big hero and attack them, or you can try and avoid them. They do put up one heck of a fight, and yeah, they're quite strong. So you don't want to muck around when there's two of them in one room, even though it is possible if you're sneaky enough. But keep in mind, there are no one hit stealth kills in this game. So that's something to take note of if they are going to go down that route of sort of the same kind of combat ish from Silent Hill Homecoming. I'm not meaning like the direct like mechanics. Like obviously it would need to be ironed out. It's quite clunky. It feels like a game from, back when it came out, which was, I don't even know what date it was. 2008. There you go. 2008 Silent Hill Homecoming came to be. And yeah, I didn't really appreciate it as much at the time. I kind of treated it like a third person sort of action game. and I was just mainly focusing on the attack and stuff like that, and I didn't quite like the way it was. But now that I get it, and I get that there's actual stealth at play, and the monsters won't come after you unless you've got your torch on, or you run, or you bump into furniture or something. It's actually a really fun game. And Downpour, like the combat I was going to talk about for Silent Hill 2 Remake, what I'd like to see is perhaps they can take from Silent Hill Downpour a little bit and maybe have it so you can just like pick up weapons. Like what I liked about Downpour was that you could use just about like quite a variety of different weapons. You could use a chair, you could use a monkey wrench, you could use a frying pan. So it just kind of gave the player a little bit more variety for what you want to use, and it's sort of like, oh, I've got a stick now. I think I'll hold on to that, and I'll yeah, I won't swap it for that wrench or whatever it is. But if you need to unlock doors to smash the lock off, you need to hit it 3 times with something a bit heavier than a freaking stick. You need a wrench or a rock, which is quite nice. So yeah, the weapons can be used as tools in a way, I suppose, in Silent Hill Downpour. So that's quite a cool wee feature. One thing I hope they kill and bury is the void from Silent Hill Downpour. Now, I noticed that in Silent Hill, the short message, they had one of the enemies, or the main enemy that's stalking you throughout the whole damn thing. Where you're just running away from them. That was the whole basis of the game. Uh, that enemy felt a lot like the void because you're running and it's like right behind you, and if you make one wrong turn, you're screwed. And that is not scary. That is infuriating. So please, for the love of God, leave that behind. Do not put enemies like that in the game. Do not put the void in the game. I know it's a Silent Hill 2 remake, so hopefully that is not even in in the plans for that. But yeah, I'm talking like future Silent Hill games as well on top of this. But focusing on the Silent Hill 2 remake alone, uh, again, I think that it is too early to tell whether this game is going to be doomed or not. And I don't think it's fair to kind of say that it is because it's too early. It's too fucking early. Like it's just a trailer. They've even came out and said, Bloober Team even said that it wasn't actually their choice what trailers are being put out to the public. That is entirely Konami's choice. And even they said that, you know, what they showed does not reflect the final version of the game. And I don't feel like they should have to voice that because it should be a given. It's a trailer. You know, it's supposed to show certain, I mean, especially when it's got a title like Combat Trailer, that should be a big enough hint to be like, yeah, this is just the combat, nothing else. No showing how you encounter the enemies, because that would spoil it. So don't get your panties in a knot. It is purely showing how James fights in the game. So yeah, it just really annoys me how channels do this. They kind of pick up on one thing someone says or highlights, and then they run with it. And I suppose that's how they get their clout and their clicks and all that stuff. I mean, I've never really been into that. I don't get paid to do YouTube. I do it purely for fun. But hey, you know, whatever. Uh, I just don't like how people are quick to throw something away and dismiss it. Or another thing that pisses me off is rumors and so-called leaks. I'm done with that shit. Like, I'm sick of seeing videos popping up going, "Oh, Nintendo Switch 2! Oh, Nintendo Switch 2! This, have you heard this about the Nintendo Switch 2?" It's like, I'll hear about it when it comes out, dude. Like, shit, settle down. And then there's people that are like, "Oh, Nintendo's gonna do a direct in February. You wait. This is all leaked. This is leaked info. This is like exclusive, off the cuff. You're not gonna get anything like this anywhere else." It's like, yeah, Nintendo do Nintendo directs in February all the fucking time. What's your point? And even if they didn't, we'll just wait till one finally does drop. Anyway, I digress. Sorry, I got way off topic there. I just think that with Silent Hill 2 Remake, I reckon that, I mean, if you're genuinely concerned that it's going to be bad, then just, just settle down. Just settle down. It's going to be alright. Me, I'll probably just buy it anyway. Like, I don't care. I just want to see what it's like. I've been pretty hyped for it, and yeah, because it's Silent Hill, I will probably get it anyway. So it's gonna suck if it does be disappointing, but I don't think we should write off Bloober Team yet. They have a lot of work to do, and they've got a lot of pressure on their shoulders, and to just kind of poo-poo their work when it hasn't even finished yet, uh, that is a pretty shit thing to do, in all honesty. And if people are bombarding them on social media, then honestly, people need to stop acting like spoilt fucking children and just wait their goddamn patience. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. So, in conclusion, basically, it's way too early to tell. So, just hang tight. Righto, catch us in the next one.